Let's see. It's still not showing me live. Oh, now it is. Hee hee hee. Okay. I was just wanting to test out everything. Let's see how long it takes for the camera to come off. Oh, there it is. There's like, I don't know how long of a. Can you guys hear me? Hello. I know I'm one of the people that are in here. So there's one other person it says. I don't know if I can sit back. So beautiful here today. Windy, but beautiful. I got a little bit of a headache though. I hope if you can hear me, somebody would tell me. Let's see. Hello, anybody there? Nobody wants to talk. There you are. Oh my goodness. Black Sabbath. My son likes that. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. It's been a while since I've been. Okay, awesome. How are you? How are you doing? Uh, I think with the weather changing as much as it has, and oh, it gives. I have a slight cough. I think it's from the weather, and I think as I got older, I think I have allergies. My husband says that comes with old age. I think it's funny. Oh my gosh, it's so nice out, but it's so cold. Oh, oh my goodness. I couldn't imagine. Oh, let's see if I can get into my go back into my live. Let's see. Oh, I think I am here. Return. Let's see. Yeah, my husband, he's from Alabama, and oh my gosh, I remember going back and visiting once, and his grandparents um have a have like this radio that would play alarms that would go off, but they would go off like all over the place, not just that area. And so we would constantly hear it. And I swear, the first time I ever heard it, it freaked me out. I was so scared. Okay, let's go to my channel. Let's see if I can pull this up. It says I am live. There I am. Uh-oh. Am I echoing? Oh, yeah, Texas. I think we went through Texas. Because we went, we, I don't even know how to say your name. Hi, the big cackle. I don't even, oh, sorry about that. I probably messed it up. Oh my goodness. Um, but yeah, so how is everybody? Oh, I just figured I laid the grandbaby down and I figured, you know what? I haven't gone live in a while, so uh, I might as well go live and see how everybody's doing, with everything that's going on. Okay. Hmm. Oh, hi, Mary. How are you? I've been doing a lot of research. I so the last video I did on Susan Powell, I decided to Eric G had given me some um like a suggestion to do like Stephen Powell, and oh my gosh, you guys, I've done so much research on him. It's crazy. He is, oh my gosh, he was really a freaking whack job. Some of the things that I had found out about, oh, I'm fine. Just been taking care of the grandbaby and enjoying our beautiful weather here. It sucks. I swear it seems like um when our weather is nice, everybody else's weather, like in the south and that, is crappy. I feel so bad. Like, um, so Susan Powell was a woman that went missing, and uh, her husband, Josh Powell, was assumed, everybody knows that he did it. Like, he decided one night in the middle of a freaking snowstorm at, like, I think it was like 20 degree below zero weather. Hey, Christy. Uh, he decided to take his two toddler boys, 2 and 4, camping at midnight. And apparently he says that his wife, stayed home. But when he got home, his wife was gone. Anyways, she's never been found. And Stephen Powell was Josh Powell's father, so Susan's father-in-law. And yeah, he had he was one sick guy. Like, he was he was in love with her. He was literally in love with her. A very sick guy. He not only did he have like um a crush or whatever, an attraction toward his daughter-in-law, he also, when his actual daughter, Jennifer, was a child, he actually found her attractive as well. I mean, it's disgusting. And he even says in one of his recordings, because he recorded like a diary instead of writing it, he recorded himself. He even states that she, mind you, this is a child. Like he says that she would run around in nothing but a t-shirt and her panties, and it would turn him on and all this other crap. And it's like, he would make it out like it was her fault when in fact, like I said, she was a child. It's oh yes, yes, Mary. Oh my gosh. Okay, Christy. Yes, he was a very creepy dude. He actually passed away in 2018 of a heart attack. I guess he had been complaining of chest pain for a while and ended up going into the hospital to, I believe, Tacoma General, which is here where I live in Washington State, and ended up passing away in a hospital. Uh, yeah, he ended up going to prison, I believe. At first, this is what really irritated me. At first, um, where did he go? I'm trying to think. At first, when he was first convicted of it, he is so sick, you guys. When he was first convicted of it, he hold on. I'm gonna there we go. Let's hope that worked. Anyways, when he was first convicted of it, the Washington State actually only convicted him um, of, like, they ended up dropping one of the biggest was, which was because he had gotten caught taking pictures of his two little neighbor girls, and Washington State dropped that. And so at first he only got, I think it was like 14 months or something like that. Well, then lawyers went to have it overturned and went to another lawyer, actually I higher up, and he ended up getting 5 years in all, which, in my opinion, the man should have got a hell of a lot more. I don't know if I pressed the right one. Exactly. It was nothing. There we go. I was in the wrong one. Okay. Yeah, it uh it was really, yeah, really, really really disturbing. Really disturbing guy. And then he gets out, and like I said, and this is what I don't get. He not only, it wasn't even just his Josh that, you know, helped with the disappearance of Suzanne, in my opinion. It was his father, um, even his younger sister, I believe her name was Elena, or Aaliyah or something like that. Um, I think she had a hand in it too. But his youngest brother, Michael, who also committed suicide. Um, yes, you're right, Mary. He did have a lot of child porn, and actually, uh, talking about that, so Josh also had child porn on his computer, but it was cartoon, and apparently because it was cartoon, it wasn't compared to like real life. So that's why they ended up giving Josh Powell visitation rights to his children. It's it's a very confusing case. It really is, and there's so much to it. Um, if you guys are interested in listening to it, or knowing more about it, I actually found a podcast. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but it's called, I believe it's called, I gotta look at my notes. thecoldpodcast.com. Oh my gosh, he actually um, shared a lot of things that have never been heard or seen, before, in especially a lot of the journals that were, uh, that they kept, Josh and his father kept. And it's just, it kind of tells you what kind of guy he was, or what kind of guy they were, you know. Yep, Powell. Yep, Sarah, you're right. It's just a very sad story, because when he did what he did, by killing himself and his children, and blew up his home, um, it kind of overlooked Suzanne. And I think, that it's just so sad, because it's like there is nobody else, unless I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. But if you so apparently, I want to say this. So apparently, if you I guess they had taken computers out of the house when Susan went missing. Okay, that were Josh's. Josh apparently must have been like a big time computer savvy kind of guy, because he encrypted everything on his computers. And even to this day, they are not able to, find out what those encryptions are. And so they're hoping that if they're able to ever unencrypt it, or however you say it, it might give a little bit of a window of, maybe he wrote something, recorded something, maybe hopefully something in those encryptions will say either where Susan is, or what happened to her. You know, it just, I was going to do a video on Stephen Powell, but I kind of, I don't know. I just kind of wanted, like I said, I wanted to come live and, uh, just kind of chit chat with you guys about it. And because I find it's just a very interesting case. Yeah, she is still missing. She is still missing. They've never found her body. And that's another thing. Um, so when she went missing and the police asked Josh to take them to the camping site, uh, where him and the boys had camped that night, and he would never take them there. Never. He never, uh which I think to me would have, I'm sure, it made a lot of them, look at him, of course, because that would have risen my eyebrow for sure. You know, yeah, she's no, they have never found her. And even at one point, and I want to say that it was probably uh Stephen Powell that came up with the idea to put out that Susan had ran away with some gentleman named, I want to say his name was like, it was Stephen Crochet or Crochet or something like that. He was also missing during the same time. Um, they had footage though of him driving his car down this like neighborhood, getting out of his vehicle and just walking away and never to be seen again. The issue with, the fact is the issue with them saying that they ran away together, the fact is that they didn't even know each other. They had never, families hadn't even met. They may have been associated with the same church, but they didn't have any clue of each other. Let's put it that way. Sorry, guys, I'm smoking. I find it, I find it just very interesting because, like, for example, going back to Stephen Powell, when you think of a father-in-law, to me, I think of a father-in-law as, um, hi, Robbie. I think of a father-in-law as somebody, kind of like a father figure. I don't look at him as like, uh, in the way that you would look at your husband. You don't look at him that way. And so for Stephen Powell to look at his daughter-in-law that way, to me is just a disgusting. And it definitely made her feel uncomfortable because she did end up putting out uh, emails, to family members and friends stating how she, from the beginning, even in her journals, how she felt that he was a pedophile. And that alone, uh, you know, I mean, they, even in the beginning of their marriage. So let's start at the beginning. In the beginning of their marriage, when they first got married, they lived with Stephen Powell. And I believe it was like 3 months into their marriage, Stephen Powell had went and picked his daughter-in-law up from work and was taking her home. Well, on their way home, apparently he was recording their conversation. She didn't know, but they were he was recording it, and he had professed his love for her. And right? I hope so. You hear the train? Um, but he did. He professed her love, and she just kind of, I don't know, she sat there stunned, apparently. Hey, Angel Rose. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Hmm. Yeah, it's like I said, um it's just really, the case is really, you know, I guess piqued my interest because there's so much more to it than just a woman going missing. And it was like, it was the whole family. The whole family was messed up. And the sad part is that from what I can tell, the oldest daughter, Jennifer, is the only one that actually had her head on straight, because not only after, I'm not sure how long after Josh and the boys had passed away and stuff. I think it was even after Stephen had passed away just this past year. Uh Terry, which was Josh's mother, had tried to put went to court to have them basically say that Susan was dead so she could claim the life insurance, which apparently the life insurance is like either a half a million or a million, something like that. So it's a lot of money. And her parents, Susan's parents, I believe his name was Chuck Cox and Judy Cox. Um, they of course fought it and won. I mean, like I said, his whole family was very um it's so amazing. I don't know, it's so boggling how a whole family can be that way, because like I said, his youngest brother, right after Susan went missing, had taken his car, I guess a car that was perfectly fine, and went to like a junkyard that was in between, I believe it was in between California and Washington State, or in between Oregon and, I'm not quite positive. Um, but well, that's the thing. They actually were LDS, very, very church uh, like people. And especially in the beginning. And that's actually how, for example, that's how Stephen Powell met his wife, Terry, was at a church function. That's how Josh Powell met Susan, was at a church function. So it's kind of, and then later on, like for example, with Stephen Powell, stupid bee, I'm gonna have to run, you guys. I think he's lost. But they met. Hi, Life Rewinded. How are you? But yeah, they met at a church function. And here's the sad part to me. Josh even comes out to say that the reason why he fell in love with his, with Susan is because apparently he had had a party and nobody else got up to clean or help him clean except for Susan. And she helped him clean his house. And that's why he fell in love with her. I mean, really? you know? Uh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, that I do know that they, in the very beginning, um, you know, Josh Powell and Stephen Powell, so when Stephen and his wife got a divorce, there were a lot of claims, a lot of claims. Hi, darling Nikki. There were a lot of claims on how Stephen had brought in porn magazines and showed his children. Even, at one point, um, Terry claimed that I want to say her name is Elena, but I could be wrong. The youngest daughter or sister brought a porn magazine home, and when asked where she had got it, she said it was in her bed, like her dad had put it in her bed. You know, he at one point, Josh had turned to his mother and basically said that all women are good for, or how did he put it? We are all humans. How did he put it? I wrote it down. Let me see if I can find it. It's it's a very let's see. He oh, it just kind of shocked me some of the things like I said that uh that I had found out and heard, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." That's yeah, cuz see like okay, this is kind of off course. Stephen Powell was convicted of 14 counts of voyeurism for taking pictures of two young neighbor girls ages 8 and 10. The photos had been confiscated during the search. Um, a judge later dismissed two of the charges and sentenced him to 30 months behind bars. That was before, that they went, it was overturned in August of 2015. Powell was sentenced to 5 years in prison for possession of child pornography. It was a charge that had been dismissed at his original trial, but was later reinstated after an appeals court ruled the judge had erred in her decision to dismiss it. That and that's another thing was the woman, I mean the judge that dismissed it was a woman judge, and I was just kind of shocked. I was like, "What?" What? That was because apparently she oh, okay, so what happened to her kids? Josh Powell, this is so sad, Sarah. I remember when this happened. So about a month after Susan went missing, Josh packed his boys up and moved out here to Washington State. Um, and moved in with his dad. A lot of crap happened. His dad gets arrested. Josh goes and rents a house in Graham, and they end up taking the boys from him and putting him in the care of the Cox family, which is Suzanne's parents. And Josh ends up getting visitation rights. Well, he ends up getting visitation rights only with what is it called? He gets visitation with oh my gosh, I always forget it. A social worker has to be there. Let's put it that way. So at first they were doing him at a center, but because Josh couldn't get along with the people at the center, the judge decided, yes, supervised. The judge decided that, okay, well, we'll go ahead and allow Josh to have his supervised visits at home, at his house. Well, Um, the, CPS worker had brought the boys, it was a Sunday, um, to Josh's house. The boys had run ahead of her. And by the time she had gotten to the door, the boys had ran in the house. And this is from what she says. Josh had made eye contact with her and slammed the door in her face. Well, she starts banging on the door and then smells gas. So she calls 911 and tries to get the police out there. Well, you can go and listen to the 911 call. Gosh, my voice. You can go listen to the 911 call, and you can tell like the 911 operator is just, I don't know. He It was like he didn't see it as important. It wasn't important to him to get those cops out there. And so she ended up backing her car out. And as she was backing her car out, the house exploded. And exactly, she was scarred for life. I agree. I think anybody would have been, because um, that's not exactly like, I thought that was how the boys had passed away, was, from the fire. Well, it was the smoke inhalation. Sorry, it was. But I did not know that. So she had stated that when she was listening, she could hear Josh basically say to one of the boys, I think it was Charles, um, or Braden, it was, I have a surprise for you. And the next thing you know, she said you could hear the boys screaming. Well, come to find out, he had taken a little hatchet and hit them like on the back of the neck or something to knock them out. And then, started the house on fire. So they all passed away of smoke inhalation. But it was the fact that he still, went that far. It's like, and I guess he called family members and left messages stating that he couldn't live without his kids. Um, if you plan on taking your life, why didn't he just give the kids to a family? You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know. I think in my opinion, I think the reason why he took the boys with him was because uh, they were starting to talk. They were starting to, get comfortable with grandma and grandpa. They were, at one point, I guess one of the boys had done a drawing, and somebody had asked him, what the drawing was. Well, it was of a car, and then there were three people, and he said that's, his brother and himself, and then daddy. And then when asked where mommy was, because it was a picture that he drew of the night that they went camping, he said mommy was in the trunk. No, Angel, nobody knows where she is, what happened to her. And that's what gets me is, you would think this day and age, and um oh, I don't know if that, yeah. um but you would think that with everything, I mean, when they went in and Jennifer brought the police, to the house, um, when they couldn't find either one of them, because they couldn't find Josh either when Susan very first went missing. And so because they hadn't dropped the boys off at daycare yet, and that's why the police were called right away. Um, and so when the police showed up, though, they had seen that there were fans, blowing on the couch and on the carpet. Oh, that is very possible, Mary. Very possible. I think, according to, I guess, uh, uh, a therapist, like slash forensic guy or whatever, had done a study on Josh after he had passed away, and uh, from what he says that when Josh looked at his boys, it wasn't. Um, it wasn't like, "Oh, those are my children. I love my it was like he's a from what they said, he was a narcissist, and when he looked at his boys, it was an extension of himself. It wasn't, "Have a good day. I swear I'm gonna get this wrong." The big caco kahuna. I'm gonna so shorten that somehow. But yeah, um yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely go check that out, Mary. Thank you. Um, it just, like I said, it's a very interesting case, and it's just really, uh, and I believe I thought that the Oxygen Channel had put out a new, um, you know, thing on that, but apparently it was an old one that they had just like redone or something. But it is like I said, it's a very, hi, War Chief, in Cole. How are you guys tonight? Um, like I said, it's just that whole case. It just kind of, it really, I don't know. It's just very interesting. It's 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 so sad to me that somebody can go missing this day and age and not ever be found. And um, I don't, you just don't yeah, you just, I don't know, you just don't, um I think, to me, I think, see, my opinion on the whole thing is, um there you are, Christy. I I think my opinion is that I really don't think personally that they actually went camping. I think that he may have, you know, taken her somewhere else, because apparently, I didn't even know this, but apparently, so when he went in and he had talked to, so when he went to go back to Utah to get everything out of the house and pack everything up and then come back to Washington State after Suzanne went missing, he drove, and I guess he had his cell phone on the whole time. He used his credit cards and everything. So, and the police had put a tracking device on him at this point. So when he had gone back to Washington State, the police had to go and get the tracking device, and basically, they had to tell him at that point that, hey, we've been tracking you, so they could get it back. Well, Josh had stated at that point that, um, well, if you noticed, I had, well, how did he put it? If you notice, I left crumbs basically. I used my cell phone, I used my credit card, so you can track me all you want. Well, the funny thing is, the night that Suzanne went missing, his cell phone was off, and he never once used his credit card. So that kind of tells you that he knew how to, you know, uh, elude, I guess, or, go under without being detected. No, I don't, Cole. I've never, what was her name? Do you know her name? Hmm. It's very interesting to me that so many people, I just think it's so, you know, I love true crime. Like true crime is it's, I don't know. It just kind of boggles my mind how uh, these people's brains work, if that makes any sense. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. I don't, I guess because I don't understand how their brain works, it makes it even more um, interesting to me, if that makes any sense. Hi, True Crime Truth Finder. How are you? I think that's why I'm so into true crime, because it's just it really, I don't know. Like I said, it just really and I like to get deeper into it. Like I wish I had, I'm such a shy person. That's what sucks, because if I wasn't such a shy person, I would contact certain people, and you know what I mean, and actually reach out to certain people. And I just I don't have the balls to do it. Let's put it that way. Okay, I'll have to check her out, Cole. Yeah, I've never heard of her. I'm doing good, true crime. We're talking about Suzanne Powell. Well, actually, everything about the case. I actually started out talking about Stephen Powell and how crazy the man is, or was, sorry. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it made me, like I said, when I went, and because I went, it's hours and hours on that podcast. Uh, the It's called the coldpodcast.com. Uh, it was so interesting, the things that he had talked about, and had talked to family members. And, like I said before, it just, and some of the pictures and the recordings he was able to get a hold of. I just, you know, um, I guess I'm just not a pushy person or something. I don't, it just, oh, and I don't want to be, I don't know. I just don't. I agree, Mary. I do agree. I mean, the thing is that even if you go to the fact of, so, uh, like Michael, I don't know if you guys knew this, but with this case, like I said, it's the whole family. It wasn't just Josh, and it wasn't just Steven, but it was the whole family that was a little bit crazy. And so Michael Powell was the youngest, I believe, the youngest brother. And he ended up spending, I believe, 5 years in the military. And he, at one point, had even, what's that word? Sat down with Josh and told him how to talk to police and how to hide things, because they all thought that he knew what he was doing, I guess, because he was military. He hadn't, I don't know. Anyways, um, my point being is that I believe it was almost a year to the day, um, either before or after, I can't remember, um, from Stephen's passing. I think it was of his passing. Um, Michael had jumped from a a uh, a parking garage roof. I hope I said that right. And because what had happened was the police were starting to close in on him, because, like I said in the beginning, um, Michael, so a few days after Suzanne had gone missing, Michael had a car that had been in the family for years. I mean, years. And apparently, he went and took this car to a junkyard out in the middle of nowhere. and sold it for $100. According to Michael, he said that the engine was something was wrong with the engine or something. Well, the car sat for 2 years until the police had realized, and heard through the grapevine what had happened to this car. He took, they had taken dogs out there. Now, mind you, they had said that, when basically what they had said that when you take you know, um, a dog out there like that to a junkyard, they could hit on a lot of cars. And the reason being is because a lot of those cars in the junkyard had been in accidents. And so, there was a chance that the dog or the animals may not go straight to that vehicle. Well, apparently, when they got there, the dog went directly to that vehicle and hit on the trunk. And so they took the trunk, or they took the car, sorry. They took the car back to, the police and did all their forensic thing. And they still didn't have enough, um, forensic or proof to say, I guess they ended up getting DNA out of it, but it didn't match Susan's. So I don't know. I'm all confused on that part because it sounded like from what they were saying was that at some point there was a chance that maybe Josh had met up with Michael in the middle of somewhere and, transferred the body and, but I don't know because, like I said, the DNA did not match Susan. So was it somebody else? You know what I mean? And he ended up, like I said, he committed suicide. He jumped off of I guess he, this is, this is crazy. I guess he got out of his car, had a cigarette, looked over the railing a few times. When he was done with his cigarette, he threw it over the railing, and then sprawled eagle jumps over. Like, I don't know, that's I'm like, wow. Yeah. He like I said, this whole family it's the whole family dynamic. I mean, if you think about it, like when Stephen Powell was going through his court, um, when he was being charged with his, all the, porn and the charges of the little girls, his daughter, his youngest daughter, Elena, I really want to say her name's Elena, sat through it all. And when he was charged with it, she had even stated at the end of it to reporters that, that it was the church. The church was after my dad. The church, da da da, And well, see, Sarah, that's what they were saying is that there was a chance that, uh, they Stephen did abuse his children in that way. And so I found out another thing that I had no clue about. Apparently, when they asked Charles and Braden, which is, Suzanne's sons and Josh's sons, but when they asked them, I guess the grandparents had asked, or somebody had, I think it was the daycare people had asked, um, had started asking questions about their living with dad and all this. Well, when they first went to go live with, their grandparents, they wanted to sleep naked. And you're talking little boys here. And apparently they told the grandparents and a few of the daycare workers that that's how they slept with daddy was, with nothing on. So I don't know if, and you got to remember that's just hearsay. So we don't, I mean, from the things that I've learned from Stephen, Powell, and then, um, uh, Josh Powell and all the things, to me, that would be my guess is that yes, those boys were, um, hurt in that way. but you can't really say definite because it was never proven, you know? Um, it's just a like I said, it was very sad to me that I just don't hold on, my daughter's messaging me. She's been staying at her boyfriend's house lately. Okay, Angel, have a good day. Oh, I agree completely, Mary. I really do. Yeah, yeah. I think they, like I said, very dysfunctional family for sure. I keep hearing my son's music. He's listening to that Life in the Fast Lane. So do you guys have any other subjects you want to talk about? Um, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Okay, um it should be underneath right there. I want to um change the subject up a little bit. Um I am going to, and I don't want to, gosh, I don't know how to, never mind. I'll just do it later. Anyways, what do you guys want to talk about? We can talk about anything, anything you want. Or we can, you know, yeah, it's the whole Stephen Powell thing is just, like I said, let's see if I can find some other things. Uh, he was just one, um, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but speaking of music, Stephen Powell was also a songwriter and singer. And this is what I find really crazy is even though Susan um, despised this man and thought that he was a pedophile, and she had even sang like the background vocals in some of the music. Let's talk smack, Christy. About who? Who should we talk about? Who should we talk about? You still driving, Christy? Let's see. I'm going to do this real quick. Hey, it's me. What the heck? Oh, you are? Fun. I want to go and trying to see what I want to do here. No, I don't think so. I saw Pink go live. Did you guys see Pink? She's I I like Pink. She's such a sweet lady. It is a little chilly out here. That's why I have a hoodie on. Um, what else? I saw Low Lightly's videos this morning. What about you guys? Yeah.
What?
Oh, nothing. I was
How long does the medicine last?
should last a few hours. Why?
I'm just wondering, am I gonna have to take another one? Is that how it works?
Well, yeah, I have ibuprofen for you. My 17-year-old. I don't know exactly what she said. She just I don't get that. How do you guys feel about that? How do you think? Okay, so when somebody I'm gonna give you a situation here. And then I want to know your guys' honest opinion. So you got to give honest opinion here. Somebody goes live and they're not doing a fundraiser. It was not a fundraiser because I watched the live. Everybody knows it wasn't a fundraiser. But at one point, people started donating for this girl, and she seemed to me like a really sweet lady, sweet girl. Um, but okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is the point is when you donate money for a certain cause or to a person, it would be like, for example, if Christy was to give me money in a PayPal or something. I'm using you as an example, Christy. You can't do that with strings attached, if that makes sense. Like you can't uh you know donate something and say, oh well, you can't, I'm going to give you this money, but don't you dare give it to so and so, or don't you dare use it to buy some such and such. You can't do that, because once you give that money or put that money in a certain place or give that money to a certain person, it is no longer your money, and it's no longer your say of where it goes. So I don't understand why she thinks that she would have a say, you know. It just, like I said, I think it's wrong. Good cause because I'm broke. I find it so exhausting and frustrating. Um, I don't know. Oh my gosh, Mary. Oh my gosh. That would be, oh my gosh. See, and that's the thing, Sarah. I didn't know. See, that kind of shocked me too because I did not know. Uh, I guess it shows that I'm not. I haven't been on YouTube very long, or in this community, or very long, because I actually thought that uh, Low Lightly had just started her channel a few months ago, and come to find out, she's been on for a couple years. That kind of shocked me.
Hey, Greg just turned 21 finally. Greg Roser?
It just, I don't know it. And at first I was kind of um, sticking up for her, not sticking up for her, but in my mind, I was just like, come on, let's give her a break. Let's, have a little but when she started, I don't know, I can't give sympathy to somebody that, um, gives something with strings attached. I think that's wrong. And I don't, you know, morally, I just think, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the young girl that I'm not going to say her name, but you're talking that she's done it before. Like they've uh, got, tried to get help for her before and she has never gone through with it, or see, you learn something new every day. I mean, I figured from the beginning she would go home. Yes, we were. No, I did not know that, Crazy Nurse Granny. I I don't really watch, well, I think I've told you before. I try not to watch her. She really annoys me. But I didn't know. I've heard things like through the grapevine that both of them broke the treaty, but I tried to go back and see, and I didn't see anything where, um, and then last night, with the whole Diane's channel in, and if you guys have not subscribed to Diane's channel, you really have to. She's an awesome lady from what I've seen and watched. Um, you know, sorry guys, I'm smoking. It's time for a cigarette. Hello, your main girl. So, uh, wow, I didn't know that, Sarah. Really? That's a long time. What's funny is I didn't even know that you could have your own channel. You know. Oh my gosh, Mary. Wow. So Crazy Nurse Granny, did she like come out and just say I'm done with this whole treaty thing? It's over, or did she just break it by talking, shit? No shit. Oh my gosh, she posted a looks like I know looks like Low Lightly just posted a video. I'm really well, I think what it is that a lot of people the drama, think about it. Wasn't she the one that stated that drama it brings in views basically? And if she has a treaty, then she can't bring that drama in. Yeah, exactly, Crazy Nurse Granny. It's like I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Why? Well, it was nice that it lasted as long as it did, I guess. What, a matter of 2 days, 3 days? I don't know. It's just, yeah. See, and that's what I think too, Sarah, is that it's all about her subscribe. She doesn't actually care. In my opinion, I don't think she actually cares about um the actual subscriber themselves. She just cares about the amount of subscribe. Wow, you think she's gonna battle him? Wow. What, I mean, I heard something about it this morning about how she something about uh Dave saying something. I don't know. It's it's almost like, do you guys think this was a setup? Like it was set up to happen this way? Because I wondered that, um, like at first, like last night when I was watching Diane's channel, I was kind of wondering if it was actually low lightly, sending those emails and doing things like that. But then when Low Lightly actually admitted that she did those things, then I was like, oh, okay. So then it kind of validated the fact that she did do them. But I still have it in the back of my head that this is all a game to them. This is all a setup. This is all because as a human being, certain things are going to piss you off. Just like me, certain things are going to piss me off. And if somebody uh exactly, Sarah. And it's like if somebody was to basically say that I was doing something that could damage, like for example, my marriage, um, and they said it I would not allow that to just lay. That would not, you know, um, I don't understand how some of the stuff that's happened, they can just turn their head to. I don't get it because I guess they're a better person than I am because I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But that's just me. Yeah, see, I didn't know anything about the boy. I I didn't even know that they existed until what, Saturday, when I had heard that some Dave guy, and this is the way I heard it, that some Dave guy uh was going live with Low not Lola, but Marissa and Diane. Yeah, I agree, your main girl. That I don't what's sad to me is I don't think that they take into consideration um how confusing, the whole situation is to a lot of us as subscribers, and how it, you know, how it affects them, especially a lot of them, or even us. I'll even put myself in there. I don't think that they see that, and I don't think that they care actually, because if they cared, you know, I don't know. I just don't think that they would allow it to go as far as it has. And the only person that I have seen that has it's completely affected, and she's tried to take herself out of this situation, and um I but keep her channel going, would be Makeup Mobster Leanna. She's the only one that I can see that has actually tried, this has really affected her, and you can tell that it has. And um you know that it's not fake with her. Let's put it that way. You know that it's not fake with her because you can tell. And the way that she's acting and the way that she's done her channel and the way that she um I don't know. I question everything else because of the other things that have, gone on around everything. It just I don't know. And I think that when it comes to exactly makeup mobster, yes, I agree. Yes, and I agree with that crazy nurse granny pink. I think that, I like pink. And it was not, my thing is that it was not her um I get so angry when, you know, a certain person, I'm not going to say her name, but a certain person, says that it was her fault. All she had to do was call me and tell me that she couldn't make it, to that live or on her panel that night. And I'm just thinking, really? You should have already knew as her friend, you should have already knew that she was never going to get up there. Oh, I do too, your main girl. I do. I completely respect makeup mobster. She to me, I don't know, she just seemed, exactly, Chrissy. It Yeah, I agree, Sarah. I do. I think it's sad that you get a bunch of these that try to gang up on other people. Well, the fact is that like when you take Pink for example, she you know, yes, in the beginning how I found her was, she had done her parody on Molly Golightly whatever, but she doesn't do that anymore. So for them to say, "Oh my gosh, every word out of her mouth is about me, is about it's such crap." And it's so irritating. And then they to say that, they're the only ones that don't lie. Bullshit. Go back and watch your videos. Go back and sorry, it just irritates the hell out of me. I agree. It just oh, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. It just it's so it really pisses me off. Okay, talk to you later, you mean girl. Yeah, Sarah. I mean, like I said, I really like Pink. I watch her lives, I watch her videos. I think she has really good she you can tell that she really cares for people and that she's not out to just ruin somebody's name or worth. And to me, I I really think that when you have Marissa and Laura, they're out to hurt people. It's not uh they're out to hurt, and it's just sad to me. Exactly, crazy nurse granny. They're cruel. They are. And they take it to a new extreme. And I don't understand how no, there are some people that don't see that. And I don't understand that. And I don't understand how some people don't see what Laura did to, Pink. And it just, I don't know. It just, sorry guys, it really frustrates me. It really does. Because I don't understand how how, yes, shit did hit the fan. See, I smoke a lot. See what happens? Oh my gosh, the gaslighting. Oh my gosh. The gaslighting in itself is so frustrating. And then she calls everybody a narcissist. Everybody's a narcissist except for her. Does anybody else notice that? I crack up. I think it's so funny. I, I'm just, wow. Anybody want to come up on panel? You can come up on panel. I'm on Google Hangouts. I don't know how it works though. Hmm. Hello, KNC. Hmm. I don't watch her much either. I only I used to watch a lot. Uh oh, exactly, Christy. Yep. What I want to know is, what is she going to do with, I think she said that she was going to make like the one channel, the resurrected one, into like a drama channel. And then the other one is going to be directly crime. And, you know, it, it's just like, what do you, I don't know if you can separate that with how far they've taken things. I don't know if they can do that. Would be a hard one to try to pull off. Laura, Sarah, you know, Purple Resurrected, or AKA Purple QT, I think is her name. Lick my foot, really? Fred, really? For a minute, huh? Okay. Hmm. I'm not exactly a foot person. Yes, you're right, Mary. You are completely right. That, I believe in, and I will tell you this, I believe in strong, um, level headed women. You know, I believe that I'm one of those strong, level headed women. But and that we should support each other because, in my opinion, the world hasn't come as far as we would like it to be, when it comes to women. But then you have these other women out here that are trying to take, you know, women down. And I just think it just really, oh, sorry, it just pisses me off. It really does. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. When I raised my daughter, I always kept in my head when I was raising my daughter that I wanted her to be a strong, level headed woman. And I didn't want her to take any shit from any man. That was my goal in life, was to raise her, you know, um, to be that way. And I think I've done good so far. And to see some of these women like, or, uh, Purple Eater in, uh, what is it, Fugly that they call her, you know, tear down or try to tear down other women. And those women sometimes turn a blind eye to it. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you can turn your head to something when I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, you guys. I don't know. I want people to like me too, Christy, but I also want them to like me for me, if that makes sense. But then I try to be too nice, and I know I am too nice a lot of times because I take a lot of shit from a lot of people. Okay. And um it just, I don't know, it makes it, you know, I don't know. It makes it really hard when you see women tearing down other women. And for what? For what? For views? For money? You know, you're going to throw your integrity and out the window for that? It just, it's sick to me. I don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will. Because I would never, throw my integrity or my respect for myself. I don't know. Exactly, crazy nurse Granny. Exactly. You said it exactly. I will be a nice person until until somebody attacks me or until, and a lot of times I think my problem is like when I'm typing in a chat, I always have it in my head. I don't want people to take it the wrong way. So I'm always trying to be careful of what I'm trying to say because, you know, just like texting, you don't know how that person is going to take it, you know. And the last thing I want to do is hurt somebody on accident or by my words because I'm telling you, words do hurt. People can say it all they want. They sticks and stones. I hate that saying. I hate it. I hate it. Welcome back, Christy. I just, I don't know. It's so sad. So sad. Let's, I don't know. I just, I take a lot of notes, you guys. A lot of notes on a lot of things. Not just on cases, but on, you know, exactly, crazy nurse Granny. That's the thing is I've always told my kids this, that if you're in an argument with somebody or you have a disagreement with somebody, do not do it through texting. Because the fact is that they're going to take it the complete wrong way that you're trying to say it, even if you're trying to say it in a nice way. They're not going to take it that way. Exactly, Mary. It is. I agree. They take it in the name calling. The name calling is what really irritates me too. Like it literally, my jaw will drop sometimes with the whole name calling. Because I don't, it's like, what grade are you in? How old are you? You know, the name calling is just very sad to me. You don't, I don't know. It's like, what do you guys think of Justin Katz? Have any of you guys ever seen Justin Katz video or subscribed to his channel? What do you think about him? I personally have always thought the way I've kind of compared him is um like the male version of Pink. You know what I mean? Like that's how I looked at him or look at him. Exactly, crazy nurse granny. He does need support. How do you guys feel about what Brian did? Oh, see, Sarah, the name calling to me makes me feel like when, for example, when Laura does the name calling, I instantly my mind puts her back into being a child. Like I see this little girl sitting in a, and I don't know what she looks like when she was little or anything. I don't know any of that. But it just kind of, you know, eh, yeah, exactly. Junior high shit. It just makes me go, "Oh, there's a child sitting in that chair." You know what I mean? And yeah, really. Like he's literally just leaving YouTube. Is that what you're saying? He's going to take his channel down. Oh, wow. Why did he decide to do that? I didn't know he decided to do that. No, I agree with that, Sarah. I do. I laugh, like I said, I laugh at it too. I look, if you can't laugh at yourself when you're, that's the way I look at it. If you can't laugh at yourself, then come on, then you're a little bit too serious. Um, wow. That kind of, I wonder if is he taking down both channels or just his Brian St. John one? That really shocks me. But maybe he needs to take a break after everything, that is taking place in between uh the whole Justin Katz thing, because in my opinion I think that that was wrong of him to do. If you're going to be upset at one person, a certain person for, I just see y'all make me smoke too much. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Let's see. It says I'm live. Yeah, that just, I don't know. That's kind of sad to me. I mean, it's sad, but it's not. I don't know. I'm just, I'm just kind of, um, yeah. See, that's what I was thinking too, Mary, because the fact is he's been on YouTube way too long to just give it up, you know. Or yeah, maybe he's doing that too. Because I thought he was getting involved with the whole Dave the Fisherman thing. I thought he was trying to learn from him, and maybe he's gonna do like a makeover or something on his channel. I just, I, I seriously think that um, we need to do a YouTube support group. Because YouTube is so freaking addictive. It's just crazy. Mm. Oh, it's so beautiful out here, guys. It's just too windy. It's cold. I don't know what to. Yes, exactly. I try, like I said, what did you guys think about the whole Frankie Rusek thing? Do you, of course, we don't believe Molly Golightly, right? Please tell me you don't. Because my thing, I guess my thing is this: he gets a pass. He gets a pass for what right now on that whole situation because oh, I couldn't imagine. Yes. Sarah, are you in Washington? I agree, crazy nurse Granny. She was completely wrong on all of that. You don't have to say if you don't want to. Sorry. I was just asking because I'm in Washington State. Oh, Texas. Oh, okay. Yes, it is cold here, May 1st. Oh, I mean, it's beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, but it it's just too cold. But then I'm always cold. So it could be just me. I hate not being able to do my lives on my cell phone because I want to take my granddaughter to the park and I was going to go live and I'm like, well, you know, and I don't like to use Streamlabs because Streamlabs really sucks for some reason. I agree. She did it for, yes, she did. She did. She did. I think she does anything. Anything she does is for views and money. And that woman just, I don't know. She's a little out there. She's I don't know, guys. It's so frustrating watching and trying to keep up on, everything that's going on and it's just sad to me because a lot of these women seem like they could be really good people and then they go live and it's like wow, you know like I said, the whole low lightly thing, that kind of was sad. That was sad because I didn't think that she was that way, you know and to I don't know, when she basically kind of, who was gone, Sarah? What do you mean, crazy nurse Granny? She got your screenshots or Yeah. I think the reason why stupid bugs. It's the only thing I hate. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree. They do watch chat. Well, what's funny is I do know we're sitting here talking, and it shows me that there are 9 people in my chat, but only I think 3 of us has been talking. I think I know of 2 other people that are in here still, which is Christy and Mary. Um, yeah, maybe we'll set something up, Mary. That would be awesome. Here, let me give you my email. I was gonna tell, or you could. So is the email? I have a question, guys. Is email um like that you use on Google Hangouts? Is that how you find on Google Hangouts too? So like if I was to give my email, you could find me on Google Hangouts with the same email, right? Or does anybody know? Hi, Philly girl. I agree, Sarah. She did. Okay, true. Crime, truth finders. So I'm going to do this. That's my email, guys. Anybody wants to find me on Google Hangouts, that's how to find me. Hi, San. If you guys want to, because Mary, we'll talk about that totally. I think that well, I think I can send it to you through. Do you have Google Hangouts, Crazy Nurse Granny? Gosh, my throat. Because it says I can. Let's see if I can try it this way. I'm going to try it. You don't have to come up. I'm just going to try it and see if I can do it this way. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's see. Invite people. Let's see if I can do this. Um, yeah, I don't know how to do that because I don't know your email actually. I don't know why I was thinking I could do that. Let's see if this might work. Uh, let's see. I don't know if it worked. I hope I didn't send it to. That would be funny. I'm learning new things here, guys. I'm learning new things. Oh, what do you guys want to talk about now? Anything? Oh, wow. Yes, we are definitely going to have to talk, Mary. I'm going to try something. Um, Let me see. Hi, Eric G. Let me see. Hmm. Well, I'll figure it out afterwards, I think, is what I'll do. Yeah, it's funny because I've only done one live with one other person, which was Christy. And I'm always trying to get her to come up here with me, but well, not always because I don't go live very often, but last couple days I've been trying to. Yeah, that would be awesome. Did you take my email, Mary? That would be awesome doing a live with you. Maybe we can set up a time or something. That would be cool. I just, like I said, these, true crime is just, I don't know. My husband, it's funny because my husband watches, well, we both watch a lot of ID channel. And my favorite all time show on ID channel is, yeah, it's such my favorite. I can't remember the name. Um, Deadly Women. I love, love that show. And it's just, I don't know why either. I think it's because I don't I don't get their mind frame. And it just, I don't know. When I can't figure things out, I get more interested in it, if that makes any sense. Like, I really want to dig deeper. Oh, I was talking to Mary Quite Contrary, Eric G. I gave her my email. Or for anybody that wants it, my email is just scroll up and it's up there. And you guys can find me in Google Hangouts. Christine, no, you are interesting. Come on. We love you. It's okay. I think so. I think you would. I'm not I mean, we can always figure it out as we go, because we can easily like when I brought when Christy came on panel with me the one time, we actually talked in Google Hangouts for a while before I actually pressed, to go live. So we can always figure things out before we, do anything. Oh my goodness. So much drama and stuff. Yeah, you guys can, like I said, I'm going to write that down, San, because I have a very forgetful memory. I'm really bad. If you don't mind. Do you have Google Hangouts or? I think it would be fun to, go live more with a lot of people and I don't know. Oh no. Yeah, I think it's okay to use your phone, Mary. I think it would. I don't see why you couldn't. I know a lot of people go live with other people. Well, shoot, I think on Saturday I watched a live where the main person, it was their panel and they were using a computer, and I think Mary Ann ended up using her phone. So I think you can do that. Shouldn't be any issues. Yeah, the only reason why I tell you guys to, if you want to get a hold of me in Google Hangouts instead of emailing me is because my email, I've had my Yahoo email for years and years and years. And uh so I get a lot of spam, a lot of spam. And I'm talking thousands and thousands. And I've tried to clean it up, but it is so hard. And I could do a new email, but then, I know this one by heart. It's you know what I mean? Because I've had it for years. So it's like, um, so yeah, it would be easier if, you know, for a Google Hangout and not doing an email. You get email, I might not answer you. Oh my goodness. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna get off here, guys. I think I'm gonna um go check on the grandbaby and fun times. I'll definitely go live maybe later or sometime throughout the week. It was fun talking to all of you guys, though. I really enjoyed it. And my husband is now calling. So hold on. Hold on, babe. I'm live right now. Hold on. So, okay. I will see you guys later.